Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and this week I'm talking about practice to succeed. And what does that mean? Well, in recent years, I would say, practice seems to be taking a back seat, or practicing. And a lot of people are looking for quick fixes or magic bullets to learn how to read, to learn how to write, how to do mathematics. And because there is such an availability these days of different technologies, different platforms, different programs, different games for all of these skills, students and sometimes parents and even teachers are looking constantly for what I call a quick fix, something that it will just happen. If you play this game, you'll learn how to read. If you play this game, you'll be able to do fractions. Now, I don't want you to think I'm anti-technology. I love technology. I love some of the programs and even some of the games that are out there. We use some of them here occasionally. However, most of them, I might even say all of them, to some extent, don't work in the way that people expect them to work. In other words, just by playing the game or just by using the tool, because they're all just tools, it does not teach you all of the skills that you need in, let's say, the real world. So if you need to write an essay, there are lots of tools you can use online that will help you to generate your ideas, to get your points down, to start your paragraphs. But it's still up to you to put all of those pieces together, just as there are lots of spell checkers, grammar checkers. Some of them are better than others. None of them are perfect or even close to perfect. If you ever want to check, copy and paste some famous speech or some famous author's writing into one of these programs, and you'll see sometimes they score very, very low, and yet they're very successful writers. So they're not very good. They make a lot of mistakes. Some of my students have used them, and we have to go through and correct a lot of the mistakes that the program has made. Other games are very good for learning some of the concepts, but if you really want to be able to do fractions, if you really want to be able to do algebra, I would suggest sitting down with pencil and paper, either during the game or after the game, and see if you can actually solve some equations or some expressions or put fractions in lowest terms. Whatever skill you're trying to learn, don't forget to practice. And that's the whole point of this video. Practicing is very important. If you want to learn how to ride a bike, you need to ride a bike. You can learn a lot by watching some videos. You could maybe learn the rules of the road. You could learn maybe some techniques or skills from others who have already learned to ride a bike. But you won't really be able to ride a bike until you jump on the bike and actually start riding. And I think it's the same with anything. If we want to be a better writer, we need to write. If we want to be a better reader, we need to read. If we want to do better in mathematics, we need to actually do mathematics, and as much of it as we can on our own, using the tools to help us get there. And in the beginning, maybe we need a lot of help and a lot of tools. But as we proceed, hopefully we can take those training wheels off, to go back to my biking example, and start doing more of it on our own and have a better understanding of how it all works. That's the other piece, is that if you're always doing everything with a calculator or with a game, you might not totally understand the concept or how you got there. Also, a lot of the games, students, whether they're young or older, find ways of circumventing the learning part and just getting through the game and getting points or whatever the game is all about. But the learning piece seems to be missing. The practicing piece seems to be missing. And without the practice, I don't think you truly succeed in the long run. So use all of those games, platforms, programs to help you if they work for you. If they don't, discard them and try something else. Try the old-fashioned way. It really works. We don't have to throw everything out just because there's something new. And we don't have to ignore the new either. We can use them both whenever they're going to work for us. But you have to be able to assess that and say, if this is not really working for me, if I'm not really progressing, or I don't really know how to practice on a piece of paper or type my paper on a computer without all of this help, maybe I'm not learning very much from this. Maybe I need to find another way. One way is, and you know I have to mention this, is to find a good tutor, like myself, and but somebody else, a good coach, a teacher, someone who's been there before, could even be a brother, sister, mom and dad, and have them help you with the problems, whether that's math, English, science, whatever. But keep practicing yourself too. That's important, because even with another's help, sometimes they can be too helpful and you still didn't learn anything because they told you all the answers. A tutor shouldn't do that, nor should a teacher, nor should a parent. You need to practice yourself so that you can get there. And that's what I'm writing about. I'm hoping to get the book done this year. The tentative title is Teach Myself, but we'll see. That might change as we go along. But it's all about how to teach yourself, because you are your own best teacher in the long run. If you're very young, you need a lot of help from teachers and others, but as you get older, you need to take on more of the responsibility, and you can really teach yourself a lot, whether you have good teachers, maybe not so good teachers, whether you have good programs or not. You are the one that has to get engaged and practice and teach yourself. Okay, that's it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you'll know when there's other videos and blogs. Oh, check out the blog. I'll put a link below. You can ask a question, make a comment, like the video. I hope you do. And other than that, I will see you probably in a couple of weeks, because I'm doing videos every couple of weeks right now. It's very busy with students behind me. You can't see anybody yet, but they're coming later today, and also writing the book and taking courses myself. Have a wonderful week or couple of weeks. Keep learning and keep practicing. It's Ron from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and we'll see you soon.